Peace, 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 peace. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody is doing good. I'm back here with a spanking new live. Yeah, I just wanted to come live. It's been about a week since I've been live again, but live. So I hope everybody's doing good. First things first, the first time you've been here, this is how I do. This is what I do. I salute. I salute the divinity in you. I respect the divinity in you. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys for checking out the channel. So I'm kicking around, doing a little meditating, which you know, even if you pray, that's a form of meditation. Some people don't really want to talk about. You always hear people talking about pray, and that's fine. But that's a form of meditation too. So I was basically meditating, just in thought, and something that came to me was, don't climb the wrong ladder of success. And everybody has an idea on what success is. Okay, I have my own idea of success. Every family has their own values of what success is, and what values are important to them and for that family. For you, maybe getting an education is being successful in your family. Maybe getting a job is being successful in your family. Maybe starting a business is successful for you. Maybe, dude, what's up, Fazan? Peace. Maybe starting a business is successful for you. But everybody has a different idea of success. And what I mean when I say don't climb the wrong ladder of success, basically I'm talking about you don't want to do something just because other people want you to do it. You know, you took the job because it was the next thing. You took the job because you didn't want to hear your parents scream and yell at you. You took the job because you have to pay the bills. All right. But as you keep climbing, if it's not what you really want to do, you're only going to get to the top and realize that you had the wrong ladder, and you climbed the wrong ladder of success, and you had it against the wrong wall. You don't want to be a person who keeps going, and you're going doing the wrong thing, and you're going against yourself, and you're going against what you really want, only to find out that it's not what you really want. All right. So it goes back into defining your purpose, knowing what your purpose is, knowing what success is for you. You have to have a clear definition of what that is. You have to have a clear definition of success in order to reach it. Because if you don't know what it is that you consider success, then you may be chasing the wrong thing. We do not want to chase the wrong things. We want to create the life that we desire. We want to create the life that we dream of. We want to create the things that what's up, Joseph Ben? What's going on? I'm good. I'm doing good. I'm just here coming with a live, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm just talking about climbing the wrong ladder of success. You know, and I think there's a lot of people who climb the wrong ladder of success. Maybe you're not around the right friends. Maybe you're doing something that doesn't really agree with you and your higher values and your higher ideals, or the way you see yourself, but you're doing it. Why? Because you got to pay the bills. And I understand that everybody has bills. We create bills. But one thing that you're going to find out as you keep on growing and as you keep on working is that when you let me see how I want to say this. When you like get rid of debt, for example, and I'm gonna say this because this was something else I got. Become the lender and not the borrower. When you become the lender, that's when you get stronger, because you become the lender, and now you're the person who's charging interest, if that's what you decide to do, and you're the person who's putting their money to work. All right. And I got that from Jim Rohn. I'll tell you guys that right now. He said, become the lender and not the borrower. And you said, well, Chris, how do I become the lender? Well, you start small. You start small. You don't just become it. It doesn't just happen overnight. And I know some people, you know, they hear about the law of attraction and they hear about the law of gestation or the law of cause and effect. And they think these things happen all night. But what most people don't see is the work over an X amount of period of time in order for these people to become successful. And successful by whose definition? That's the real question. Whose definition that you're going to be successful by? Is it your definition, or is it your parents? Is it your significant other? Is it your family and friends? And most people have to understand that we are mainly the reflection of the environment that we're in. So if you're in a not so good environment, you have to first change that in your mind. You have to first change that in thought, and you have to go where you want to be. You have to do that, you know. And when you're climbing a ladder, because everybody climbs a ladder, nobody knows the amount of time that they have. I know a lot of people's they rock with certain individuals, and they're like, these people are very successful. But what you don't see is the struggle. The struggle. There's going to be struggle, but the question is, how are you going to handle that? How are you going to handle adversity? How are you going to handle adversity? So when you get hit, when life hits you, what are you going to do? Are you going to lay down on the ground? When life, throws that boomerang at you and it knocks you out, what are you going to do? You got to decide what you want to do. You got to decide how you're gonna, if you're gonna lay down on the ground or you're gonna get up fighting. It's the small victories. It's the small victories. That's why the first thing you do when you get up in the morning is make your bed. Make up your mind. Make your bed or make your mind up and then make your bed up. And get moving. And get moving. You can't wait for something to happen. You have to make something happen. You have to create something in order to get momentum. It's all about momentum. 1 day leads to 2, 2 days lead to 3, 3 days lead to 4, so forth and so on. And if you miss a day or you skip a day, guess what? Get back on the horse. The horse of habit. That's something else I learned. Get back on the horse of habit. Write that down. Get back on the horse of habit and stop riding that horse again. Make habit a horse and keep doing it, because that's when cosmic habit force comes into action. Cosmic habit force. Whatever you do consistently, it's gonna grow. Wherever you put your energy at, attention, that energy flows. So remember, be focused. Be focused. Don't just climb up any ladder just to say I'm climbing up the ladder, but create a plan. Always have a plan. If you fail to plan, you plan on failing. That's why X would always say, journal, write down your thoughts, write down everything you can. I know it's going to take work. I know it's going to take work. It's work to commit to yourself. It's work. You're the only person you really have to commit to right now. Well, I'm not going to say that, but you have to commit to yourself before you could really commit to anything or anyone else. But if you commit to write down your thoughts, write down your ideas, then you begin to create a plan. And when you see your plan every day, that's what's going to drive you. That's what's going to give you the motivation. That's what's going to give you the hunger to keep going, to keep going. Okay. Okay, I appreciate you, Joseph Ben. I definitely appreciate you. I will. I won't give up. I won't stop. I'm going to keep going. But the thing is you have to deal with life as it comes. You can't run. You can't hide. There's something I'm gonna share because I've been doing a little reading. There's a couple of things I want to share. And I know people get a little spooked out about this subject, but I'm gonna show you guys a book that I'm reading right now, and I hope you guys can see it. I'm gonna just show you that right quick. I don't want to show people in the beginning of the live, but if you come back and check out this, you'll be able to see it. I got this on Amazon, which is a real good book. I'm gonna talk about this in a second, and I got another one that I wanted to talk about. And so far, it's on point. It's on point. I wanted to show you guys these couple books that I've been reading. This is where I'm at right now so far. So when people start talking about like occult knowledge or esoteric knowledge, when they start talking about that, basically what occult means is hidden. It's hidden. It's like a secret, or it's not known. But I want to look it up since I've got my little trusty dictionary right here. I want to look up what occult means just for a second. Just stick with me so I can what's up, Milan? So I can just basically help you get a clear understanding, because people talk about occult knowledge all the time, or the Illuminati and things like that. And and there was one time, I know when you go down the rabbit hole, sometimes the Illuminati pops up. When you go down the rabbit hole, I know there's I know a few friends who I know who are Masons, and they would only tell me so much information, and then they would just like they would stop talking. But what they wouldn't know was I do my own homework and I do my own study, so it didn't matter. So I wanted to just look up something right quick, and then I'm going to move on, just so we can get some clarity on this. Because like I said, a lot of times people jump into the information and they don't know what it is that they're jumping into. So when I picked up these two books, I wanted to see what was going on. And it's nothing spooky. It was nothing that I didn't already know. And you'll probably be surprised because you already know the information. And a lot of times they put the information out there in plain sight for you. They put the information out there in plain sight, but they think that we're so stupid that we won't even look for it, and they don't even care what we know. So when you get that information, you have to know what it is. I don't see it in this dictionary. I don't see what that word means in this dictionary. I see occupied, but they don't have that. Let me give me 2 seconds. Grab my other dictionary. Yeah, so I hope everybody's doing good. I hope everybody is like chilling. Yeah. Milan, what's going on? How's everything going? Fazan, what's up? I hope everybody's doing good. I'm gonna probably watch a little football tonight. Kick it around a little bit. But I want this. This is just something, and I know. People are curious, like they think it's some old ridiculousness. But like I said, if you're drawn to the information, that's good. If you're drawn to the information, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm just like doing my thing, just staying. I just got off the treadmill, just doing a little jogging and making sure, staying on top of my work and making it happen, man. Just doing what I got to do. What time is it over there? What time you got? ABC. There we go. So, all right. I'm almost here. I'm almost got it. I see occupancy. Let me see. Let me get my glass. And I got one more book that I did. Okay, 1 a.m. a.m. or p.m. What the hell? Yeah, it's late over there. Occupy, occupant, occult. Occult matters used with occultism. Cryptic, darkling, deep, enigmatic, impenetrable, instructable, mysterious, mystic, uncanny, magical, mystical. This stuff. I was just about to go to. You're going to sleep. I hear you, man. I hear you. It's all good. But like I said, occult is like mystical. It's magical. But the magic is really in you. That's where the magic is, because if you take you out of the equation, then there's nothing. Nothing works. The only way and the only reason anything works is because of you. You are the power. You are the source. But people, as long as they can keep you from that, and you don't realize that, and you don't recognize that, then they can keep you from what's real. If they keep you spooked out, then you're gonna be spooked out, and then you're gonna still be looking for answers. And we're always looking for answers. Well, I appreciate appreciate it, Milan. I definitely appreciate it. But like I said, these are books. Like I said, these are books that it's nothing to be spooked out about. There's nothing to be scared about. And there's also something else. Is this thing called You. And anything by Ernest Holmes, anything you guys can pick up by Ernest Holmes, I'm going to tell you guys, they may call it New Thought, or they may call it whatever, Theosophy. They've got a lot of different names, but any of those books, if I share a book with you guys, trust me, you probably already know the information. You probably already have the information. You know, sometimes you may come across a scripture from the Bible, or sometimes you may come across some Eastern philosophy. But for the most part, you know, like on the cover of this book, it says "as above, so below." I mean, that's so ancient. That's not even like, there's no secret. Like I said, the information is here and it's out in the open, but they don't think that we are going to basically do the homework or do the research. So they put it in your face and say, hey, if you can get it, you can get it. But if you can't get it, then you're running around in a circle like a dog chasing his tail. You don't want to be running around like a dog chasing his tail. You know, I was talking to my brother this week, and he was talking to me about California closing down because he lives in California, and he's, you know, and if you guys, I mean, this guy is, I'm gonna have to bring him on one day so you guys can check him out. But he was talking to me about how everything was shutting down. And I was talking about, you know, the vaccines. And I know they don't want us to talk about these things, but it's a fact. It's a fact of life. But as long as they keep you afraid, then you surrender your power. Okay? Fear causes you to surrender your power to whatever it is outside of you. All right? But when you focus your energy on you and loving yourself and taking care of yourself and doing the things that makes you happy, then you don't have to worry about what's going on externally. What goes on externally, if it doesn't affect me directly, I just keep on moving, keep on moving. I read what I want to read. Go to the library. If you don't want to go to the library, get on Amazon. There's a lot of information, and try to read at least like 30 minutes a day. Anywhere between 15 and 30 minutes a day, I try to read, because it's what you're feeding your mind. It's what you're feeding your mind. Remember, the subconscious mind never sleeps. It never sleeps. You know, so when they said God created the world in 7 days, right? Or the Genesis was in 7 days. Who told them that? Who told these guys that? Because I know the subconscious never sleeps. All right, Joseph. 109 over there, Pete. That's cool. That's cool. But your subconscious never sleeps. Your subconscious monitors your blood pressure, your weight, your breathing, the blinking of your eyes, everything. The subconscious does so much, you know. But when you're tapped in, and that's what we're talking about, tapping in. See, it's one thing to climb the ladder of success and it being the wrong ladder of success. But when you tap in, when you tap into universal consciousness, when you tap into your higher self, when you tap into the oversoul, and when you start listening to a lot of these books or reading these books, Jack Canfield, he talks about it. Let's see who else. Brian Tracy, he's another guy who talks about it. So many people talk about it. Okay, so when you say you're an engineer, so I would say broadcast engineer is my background. Communications, TV, production, all that, you know, camera guy, all that stuff. But when you say, and this is what I tell my nieces and my nephews when they always would ask me about, you know, engineering or television or whatever it is that they want to get into, communications, I always say it's broad. It's broad. And when the field is so broad, what I would tell somebody is what you have to do is narrow it down, and you have to focus on one thing, what it is that you want to do. And you have to choose that one discipline. So when you say engineering, I would say, okay, maybe IT. Let's say IT. Well, you've already narrowed it down. So you know you're going to be do IT and software and things like that. Now you've just narrowed it down. So now you have a discipline. Now you have an area you could focus on to help you grow. But let's say you wanted to be an editor. editor? Well, I know for a fact that editors, you know, there's not I'm not going to say there isn't a big market unless you're doing like films or you're creating music videos and things like that. Then editing comes in good. But what you have to do is you have to narrow yourself down if you want to. It all depends on what type of engineer you want to be, Milan. If you want to be a technical director or you want to be let's see, a broadcast engineer, there's all types of engineers. So when somebody says they're an engineer, there's car engineers, there's mechanics that are engineers. So it's when I think of an engineer, I think of somebody who could probably speak my language. And what I mean when I say speak my language, if I'm talking to you, I need you to put in layman's term for me or say it to me where I can understand it. I'm not going to talk to you and feel like I'm going to use words that you're not going to understand. I just need you to break it down. So what I would tell people, if you want to get into like engineering, I would say what type of engineering, and then I would take it from there, and then you would have a better idea opposed to just spending your energy on anything and everything. See what most, and I'm going here because you got me in this direction, but that's what most people can't figure out, or they don't figure out about YouTube or the internet or building their channels and things like this. This is what they don't understand. If you don't have people showing up to your channel, how is it going to grow? You know, if you well, I hope I helped you out. I'm just trying to give you value. That's what it's all about. I'm just trying to help you create the life that you want to create. But if you don't get people coming to your channel, or you don't get any people showing up to your website, or you don't get any people coming to your business, how are you going to sustain that? So in reality, okay, so you would have a resume and you would try to get your resume out there to get a job. All right. But the more people your resume get in front of, the more of a better chance that you would have on getting that job. So in real estate investing, they would always tell you it's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. So I would say, like they taught me in real estate investing, it being a numbers game, I transmuted that into, let's say, YouTube. It's a numbers game. The more people that you can get to check you out, the more people you get to check you out, the better. The more people show up, the more chance you get them of interacting with them to bring some value to their lives. But if nobody comes to check you out, how are you going to grow? How are you going to grow? So it's your job to make the telephone ring. If you have a brick and mortar business, it's your job to get people through the door. It's your job to get people calling you. Well, how do you do that? You advertise, you promote, you're a marketer. You are a marketer. You are your own business. If you're trying to get another job, you're marketing. But the thing is that any good marketer would tell you, whether you're reading Tim Ferriss or Seth Godin, if you're reading any of those guys, they're great. But what any good marketer would tell you is you choose your market. You choose your market. And when you choose your market, you target what it is or who it is that you want to reach. All right. So Milan, you were talking about being an engineer. So if you want to be an engineer, Tango, my guy, what's up? So Milan, you was talking about being an engineer. So if I was you, right? Like I have an alumni book, and it's something that one of my mentors taught me. I have an alumni book. This book is out. I'm going to show you guys it. I've got it right here. Says I got it. I keep a lot of resources, guys. You got to use every resource you got. So that right there, that's my alumni directory for 2019. It's a real thick book. But what I would tell you is, and I learned this from a mentor that I have, and he taught me this. He said, there's a lot of context. If you've been to college, this is another reason. Don't think. No, I didn't read the Quran, but I'm going to check it out because you're like the third person who's already asked me about the Quran. So I'm going to check that out, Joseph, Ben. But what I said, but having that resource right there, your alumni resource, never mind you even going to college yet. Let's say one of your parents went to college, or let's say you have access to a college or a community college. Go find their alumni resource books. They have email addresses. They have numbers. Well, of course, you get that. but you have numbers and things like that to help you. There's people out there waiting to help you. Okay, but remember, you have to make the first step. You have to make the first step, because if you don't do nothing, you're going to be waiting all day for something to happen. You can wait all day for something to happen, but you have to do something first. You have to do something first. All right. For me, I want to use every resource I have. Every resource. If you've got a resource, let's say the Infinite Creator is a resource for you, which we want it to be. If you don't use that resource, shame on you. Shame on you. Because it could be, we could grow a platform, we can grow together, and we could accomplish the things that we set out to accomplish. Okay? It should never be about one person, but you have to want it. I can't want it for you. I can't want it for you. I know everybody says go within. I'll be the first person to tell you, go within the silence. Go within, tap in. But that takes discipline and that takes time. A lot of time people want answers now. They don't want answers 2 days from now. They don't want answers 3 years from now. They need answers now. And hopefully I can give you some value that's going to make a difference in your life now. Okay? Now. So when I'm telling you, because somebody asked me about being an engineer. So I'm just saying, for me, when I was in school, the person who helped me out, I just picked up the phone. It was somebody who invested in one of my brother's businesses early on my path. And I didn't even know the guy, but I picked the phone up and I said, hey, I need a job. And he said, hey, well, you have a resume? Well, I had a resume, or I made one up and I went down there, because you have to be hungry. If you're not hungry for success, how are you ever going to get success? Okay, I know people say, oh, you don't need to go to school. You don't need to do this. You don't need to do that. I'm not going to tell anybody what they need to do. You can do whatever you want to do, but what I will share with you is my experience. I will share my experience. Okay, that's all it is here. But like I said, you can look at yourself and you can find peace and you can meditate and you can pray. You can do all those things. But sometimes you're going to have to pray with your feet moving. It's not always about praying with kneeling down. You might have to pray and get moving and get going You don't want to stand still, because while you're standing still and going within, somebody's eating your cheese. Somebody's taking what you want, and that's another reason I hate to go back to this dude, but I'm gonna always reference him because I know what he's meant to me on my path. He would always go out and make things happen. Always wasn't afraid to make things happen. Now, does that mean that he didn't pray or he didn't meditate or he didn't fast or he didn't do those disciplines? No, that's not what that means. That means that you could do these things and you could go within, but you still have to do the work. You still have to do the work. You can't sit home and just expect to get paid for providing nothing. You're not providing any service to anyone. How are you supposed to get paid? And I know people say, hey, money isn't a big deal. But, it's next up there next to air. I mean, it all depends on what you want on your journey. It all depends on what you want on your journey. And that's why I was talking about having your ladder against the wall and climbing that wall to success, and only getting there to find out that it's not what you thought it was going to be. You're going to drop out of my spare time and learn about business and improving my thinking. Okay, that's cool. But I also work. So if people tell me what I do, they laugh at my answer. No, I would never laugh at you. And it feels so good. Well, like I said, to work. Well, I think right there, Tango, you showed me that you have a plan. You have a plan. You just didn't drop out. Now, does it make sense to spend $60,000 a year on college, right? And don't get a job that's only going to pay you $40,000 a year? Now, you have to answer that question. I know what I think. If you pay $60,000 a year to go to university and you get a job making $40,000 a year, you do the math. I mean, I get it. But what you're telling me, Tango, is you're saying, well, you in your spare time, you're learning. You're learning about business. You're doing those things. You're putting in the work. So it's not like you're asking for free lunch, but you have to pay the price. You have to You get to pay the price. You don't have to. You get to pay the price in order to go where you want to go. But you clearly you have division, because without division, you wouldn't even do that. High school or uni. I mean, I would never tell anybody to drop out of high school. I would never tell you to drop out of high school, because I know how competitive the workforce is. I know we're in the middle of a pandemic. I would say stay in high school. At least stay in high school. But if you're going to go to technical school where you can learn, become an electrician or a plumber or something like that, yeah, and that's beautiful. Those have been, that's beautiful. But like, if you can learn a skill set that's people gonna always need, then you're gonna always be needed, and people pay top dollars for that. Well, high school, I would always tell people to please, if you could stay, unless your family needs you and you have to, I would tell you, please, 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 please get your, because one day, let's say if you got kids or you have kids, they're gonna be like, you're gonna tell them to get their education, and they're gonna look at you and they're gonna laugh. They're gonna say, why am I gonna do it and you didn't do it? So you don't, at least you don't want to be in that position where you tell your kids later on in life to go get an education, and they look at you and they're gonna always throw that back in your face. You know, that's something that nobody could take from you, whether you got a high school diploma or whether you got a college degree of doctors, whatever it is. But Brian Tracy, he says he doesn't have a high school diploma, but Brian Tracy's very successful by a lot of people's standards, especially business people. But he's had years of studying. He's learned. He's had mentors. I hear you. You show them the money, but you still have to spend your money for them to get a good education, because any good parent would want the best for their kids. And I think, Tango, I think you know I rock with you heavy. I think you're very bright. I know you're very bright. I know you're very bright. And I know that, you know, you would show them the money, but I also know that you would give them instruction. You would definitely give them instruction on how to be better people, how to be successful, whatever success or whatever or however you define success in your family or in your life, you know. But a lot of these principles in these books are the same. It's nothing new. It's old material. And like I said, they put it out here, and a lot of the things are being put out here in our face because they don't think that you're going to read. They don't think you're going to study. But like I said, I'm going to show you this book again, because for anybody who comes to check it out, this is like, it's cool. These are good reads. So far, they've been, I'm not going to lie, they're good reads. And I've been enjoying myself. But like I said, it's a lot of stuff that you probably already know, depending on where you are on your path. You know, like I had somebody made a comment on one of the vids, and they're talking about the golden beetle, and they said, you can't find the golden beetle finds you. And I get it, and I understand it, and I agree. But not just the golden beetle. Whenever the right information or the right people, whatever it is. Did you read it, Tango? Whenever the right information is for you, the timing, the people, it will come to you in the right time. Everybody's not on the same path. Okay? There's not one path that leads to wherever it is that you want to go in your journey. Your journey may be different than my journey. But what I'm saying is, you have to experience. And like I said, experience is the best teacher. People can tell you about it. They can tell you about it. I can only tell you about my experience. Just like you're going to only be able to talk about your experience. You know what your experience is. You know what you do from what you don't do. You know what's worked for you and what hasn't worked for you. If I ask you what's worked for you, what would you say? You know, I'm going to say me meeting people, me reading books, me listening to audios. These things work for me. Okay, getting around people who do better than me, who I can learn from. These things have helped me along my path. Is it good to prove people what you can or do not? You need to for yourself. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. You don't owe anybody anything. So no, I don't think you have to prove anything to anyone. I think you should really keep it to yourself or and I get what you're saying, Tango. I definitely agree. Let's say you're buying a piece of property. Don't go out and tell everybody. You don't have to go out and tell everybody. I would keep your mouth shut. Go and tell no man. Don't tell anybody. Go tell nobody. Do what you're gonna do. Real bad boys move in silence. I mean, even for my family, well, like sometimes I'm gonna say this. It all depends on when you say your family. Okay, so when you say your family, if it's your wife, I would say, well, you have to tell your wife if you're married. If you say it's your parents, like I said, not everybody may understand what it is that you're doing. So even sometimes for your family, you might not you might can't tell them until after you've done what it is that you're going to do. Because sometimes people will try to talk you out of doing things. Maybe you want to move to a different town. Maybe you want to move to a different state or a different country. Exactly. Everyone's situation is different. But if you want to make a move, let's say, I'm just using this for an example, and you start telling everybody, somebody's going to try to talk you out of that decision. Because why? Because they think they know what's best for you. They don't want you to leave. They love you. They want you around. So the thought of you leaving, they may not be happy with, so they may do everything to try to convince you to stay. All right? Everybody's different, and I get everybody's different, but whatever you set your mind to do, go into your secret closet in your mind. Go into the silence of your mind. Tell the Creator, tell the Father within you, tell the God in you, and talk to your higher self. And that's all you need. You know what I mean? They say if two touch and agree, anything's possible. All things are possible to those who can believe. All you need to do is believe. It's about the bonds you have with the people. Agree. How much it all depends. It all depends. But what I would say, it all depends on what you're doing and what you're trying to accomplish. Because if you've got supporters or you got people who are going to support your dreams and support your goals and your ideas, I would say fine. But if you got haters, y'all know we don't care about them haters. We dab on those haters. We don't care about them haters because we just infinite creators. But when the problem is, everybody want to see them bands, man. They want to see them bands. Why you get up in the morning? You got to dab. Listen, I'll be the first person. I love my family. Trust me, I would love to tell them everything, but sometimes you just got to shh. Real bad boys move in silence. Sometimes you got to move in silence. Like the G in lasagna, move in silence, you know? Yeah, everybody want to see the stack. Everybody want to see the bands, but there's a price to pay. Okay? There's a price to pay. You know? There's a price to pay. You know, and enjoy it. And enjoy it. I hope you can tell people, and I hope that they would support you. I hope that they will support you on your journey and on your path. But remember, if you start talking and you tell everybody and it doesn't pan out the way you plan it, then you're gonna be looking a little crazy. So what I would say, you know, and everybody's gonna do what they want to do, and I respect that. Respectfully, I respect it, and that's fine. But for me, where I'm at on my journey, I've learned. This is what I've learned on my journey, because like I tell you guys, I only share my experience. My experience. If there's something that I can't tell my wife, I just don't say anything. I just keep it moving, you know, because you know you need the support of, let's say, your spouse, or you need the support of the people around you. But that's why you got to choose wisely. We don't get to choose our family. We're born in our family and our family. Okay, do you achieve your goals? For me, Tango, did you achieve? I'm always working towards my goals. I've achieved some things that I've wanted. You know what I mean? Like I can remember when I was a young boy, maybe 5 or 6, I always told my mother I was going to college, but I never knew how. I never worried about the how. I didn't care about the how, but that was a goal that I accomplished, that I always told my mother that I wanted to do, and I did that. Do you believe in communism? Well, Milan, you give me the definition of communism by your standards, but my idea of communism is probably a little different. Do I believe in it? I'm not sure. I'm more of like, I believe people should work and they should work together and they should be able to. No, I see, but we haven't figured out. I mean, if you work hard for what you want, then you should be able to enjoy that. Okay, nobody should take what you have for everybody. But I also believe in helping people, so I'd have to look into that a little more. I wasn't expecting that, Milan, but I will look into it some more, and hopefully I can give you a better answer. But maybe you could teach me a little more because I hear things about communism, and I've heard it throughout the years of growing up. I'm not sold on it. I don't want the government to provide me with everything. You know what I mean? I think the people is what makes the government. Okay, without the people, you have no government. So the people is what's important. And if you look to the government for everything, then you don't really have any motivation to basically go out and do what you want based on what role you play. Well, I'm not really interested. I kind of like being able to do what I do. I don't want to just wait back for the government to do anything for me. Are you prepared for the income and financial crisis? I would like to think I'm prepared, but there's nothing really. Once you're gonna be able to do what you can do. You know what I'm saying? I've got assets. I've got the cash laying around. There's things that you prepared to do, but how are you really gonna prepare? You're just gonna be ready. You're gonna go. Are you prepared, Tango? What do you think? Talk to me. Talk money to me. You prepared? I know you've been talking to me about investing and things like that. Hey man, I don't got the kind of bands you got, but like I said, I'm not like really worried about anything. I mean, I've made provisions just in case. But remember, if you're looking for a crisis, that's what you're gonna get. Okay, gold, silver, maybe some assets. And the whole gold thing. This is what my take on gold. I have my 8-year-old, my 9-year-old now. She asked me one night. She said, "Dad, do you want gold or money?" And I asked her. I said, "If you take the gold to the store right now, what are you going to be able to get with the gold?" And she looks at me. She says, "Nothing. You're not going to be able to buy anything with gold. So even if you were in a crisis, what makes you think you're going to be able to take gold and exchange it or barter with somebody if they don't have anything to give you worth the value? So it makes no sense. So I know people rush out and get gold and they go out to buy silver and gold, but when you do that, then what happens to the cash? I get it. Gold's been there for over 4,000 years, but there's a lot of money that's out there too. There's a lot of money that's out there. But if the gold's not, like if you can't spend it anywhere, what good is it going to do you? I guess that's what my thought is about gold and silver. If you can't do anything with it, most people don't know what to do with it. Only a select few will really know what to do with it. And then they're probably going to try to beat you out your gold. Anyways, they probably aren't going to want to give you what it's worth. Probably not going to want to do that. So I think it's because later on, when the crisis is over, to turn it into, well, that's a possibility. But who knows? Who knows? Gold has value behind it. Cash is just based on confidence. You're talking fiat money. Cash is based on how strong the government is. If you have a strong government, the money is usually strong. So I mean, it all depends on where this financial crisis is going to start. I mean, I think we've seen the signs. You can't think post anything because we don't know. We just don't know unless you have a crystal ball, unless you have clairvoyance and you can see what it is that the future holds. But what I would say, if gold works for you and that makes you feel secure, by all means, it's gold. If silver works for you and silver makes you feel good and secure, by all means, that's cool. But remember, there's really no security. Your security, I mean, what can you do? You can prepare and you can make provision as much as you can, but you can only control, like I said, what you can control. You know what I'm saying? And somebody's got to be willing to play the game. Cash has been there for 200 years, and it lost around 80% of its value. Yeah, but people are still using it. They're still using it. You know, it's still better than trading beads for pigs and animals, or trading beads for what other commodities that they are. So it's easy to write a check, it's easy to take the cash out, or it's easy to use the debit card or the credit card or whatever. So it's all about the convenience. I think people play for convenience. That's why when you go to the convenience store, it costs more at the convenience store to buy what you want at the convenience store than it costs to go to the grocery store, because convenience costs. Convenience costs. It pays. There'll be a time that people will realize, no doubt, no doubt. And I hope so, but like I said, we don't know. We just don't know. I mean, I'm sure we were hearing a lot of things hundreds of years ago. I'm sure people would always prepare for whatever was going to happen, but who knows? It seems like a lot of these economies are being propped up, a lot of them. But how long? I mean, a lot of these countries have been exposed by Corona. Corona exposed a lot. You know, we're seeing that most of the world wasn't prepared. It wasn't prepared to deal with it. And it's of epic proportions and nobody knows. Like I said, influenza's been around for years and people have learned to live with that. Every year they go and get their shots, and COVID, I don't like I said, I don't get it. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna get into that. But yeah, it all depends on what your philosophy. And that takes me to Jim Rohn again. If you want things to change in your life, you have to change your philosophy. Change your philosophy. If whatever's not working for you, and this all ties into the whole deal with climbing the wrong ladder of success, or climbing the wrong ladder of success. And this all ties in. When you change your philosophy, you change everything. Because when you change your philosophy, you change your thinking. And I know Jim Rohn used to say, things will change when the Democrats are in charge, or it's the Republicans. No, it's you. You're the problem. You're always going to be the problem. I don't care who's the president. I don't care who's running the country. I don't care who's running the government. You are your only issue. Find illusion by using history. Okay, history is a teacher. History is a great teacher. Okay, and we don't want to repeat it. But of course, it repeats itself. But we don't want to repeat it. Learn from the past mistakes. I'll make it better. Learn from others' mistakes. Learn from past mistakes. Learn from others' mistakes. But mistakes, remember, mistakes and failures is how we learn. You know, if you can learn from somebody's mistake, that's fine. But the best experience you're gonna go is going out there and making a mistake. The best way to learn is you're gonna go out there and make a mistake. You can't be afraid, but just have the faith in yourself and have the belief in yourself that you could overcome whatever it is that you're up against. No matter what you're up against, just know that you're going to win. You are going to win. You are going to succeed. No matter what, you're going to create a winning situation. So if we go into financial crisis and it's coming and we see it coming, it's your mindset that's gonna get you through it. It's your philosophy. It's your philosophy, because there's still gonna be a lot of people who's gonna make a lot of money or earn a lot of money during the financial crisis. There's a lot of people who earn a lot of money. Even my dad always told me you can only learn from your own mistake. Facts. I agree. I totally agree, Milan. I agree, but you could also learn from other people. See the difference when you're in the storm, or when you get the experience and you take the beating. Is it going to hurt that bad that you're not going to get up and down, or you going to lay down? You got to get back up. You got to get back, and you got to keep on. You got to keep on bobbing. You got to keep on. We got to keep on hitting. That's what it's about, and that's how you get experience. That's how you're going to get experience, by going out. You know, the way you know how to, the way you learn how to not stick your hand on that stove is by touching that fire. And when you touch that fire on that stove, you pull that hand back, and you knew, it was a knowing That's what we're talking about. You knew that that fire was going to cause pain and it was going to cause harm, so you didn't do that again. But that's when you're talking about knowing, when you go from knowing to believing. You know, you need belief in yourself. No, I would always tell people, you got to believe in something, believe in yourself always. But then you have to know. I know who I can depend on. I know who I can depend on. Who can you depend on? Who can you depend on? I can depend on. I know that. I know who's not going to let me down. I know who's not going to fail me. I know who. Tango. I mean, how you know that, Tango? What make you say that? Well, Tango, on my journey, it's experience. It's experience. But for me, there were a lot of things that happened to me that shook my whole mind frame, man. It shook me. You know, when certain things in life happen and the numbers don't add up and you're questioning, then you're going to get the answers. But what it was there was, like I said, like when I say certain things will come to you or information will come to you and it's time. So you asked me a question, which is a great question. And I don't really like talking about it, but I'll give you a little bit of it. So hopefully you can get some understanding. I don't even really like the term, awake or woke, because I think for a lot of us, being on this journey, it's a spiritual journey, and understanding that we're spirit and entity, and knowing that we're having this experience, and waking up to the idea of knowing who you are. I mean, I think that in itself is great. External conditions are meaningless. Internal conditions, what's up, Bryce, are the only ones that matter. The exterior perfectly reflects the state. Well, that's why they always tell you. That's why it's what's going on inside you. You know, when you know who you are, then you would take inventory of your thoughts. Then you will start creating the world and manifest the life that you see. And that's all a life is really a mirror of yourself. Your world is only a mirror of you. OG, not good to keep things. Yo, Tango, you know what, Tango? You my dude, Tango. You know what? You my dude. No, I'm just saying, you know, but there's usually, like, this is what I'll tell you. There's usually something that happens that shakes you to the core. And yeah, something shook me to the core, and it caused me to question everything. But it was all in my progression. Let's say, I know what I was. I love you too, man. It was all in my progression, Bryce. It was all in my progression, Tango, Milan, Fazan. It was all in my progression on where I was heading. I didn't like, let's say, it's not, I don't like being lied to. I don't like people to not shoot me straight. I want to know. And I have a thirst for knowledge, and I've always had a thirst for knowledge. And when something happened and it didn't make any sense whatsoever, and it was going to cost me the whole thing, I had to accept the responsibility, and I couldn't pass it off on anyone outside of myself. But I was already like aware of certain things. You would say, people would call it consciousness. People would call it higher self. I would always study, and like I said, if reading Neville Goddard was a big influence on me. So there was things that I was already seeing, and from Neville and a couple of other writers, it was just evident on what time it was, and it was like, it was a truth that I couldn't run from anymore, or I couldn't hide from it, and I had to live up to that. I had to walk in my truth. And when I found that truth, I had to roll with it. You know, I'm just like, this doesn't work for me no more. This doesn't serve me. So I had to shed those things and I had to become a new person. But it had to start with my psych. It had to start with my psychology, and it had to start with my thinking. But when you go through something that's traumatic, or I wouldn't call it traumatic or painful, or you go through adversity, it's either going to do one or two things. It's going to either cause you to grow or you're going to fold. And we are going to go through adversity in life. We are going to go through it. But the main thing is, how are you going to handle it? How are you going to handle it? You're going to either quit or you're going to find the answers and you're going to keep growing. And that's probably one of the main takeaways that got me on the path and stayed on the path or keep growing on the path. Oh yeah, because like I say, Bryce, all the time, no matter where you go, you're gonna always be there. You can't run from you. You can never hide from yourself. And the gift that we're given, call it life, call it breath, call it whatever, call it prana. If anything bad happened to you, it has meaning behind it. Yeah. If not for that, you wouldn't be awake. So that point was, of course. I mean, like I said, but you don't want to go through. A lot of times we don't want to go through anything. We just want the good stuff out of life. You know what I mean? And we don't want to think, and we just want to kick back. Maybe you might have to make another incarnation. Maybe some people just keep coming back until they get it. And then you realize, hey, man, I've always been here. Yeah, let's see. You got to wake up early for classes tomorrow. All right, Milan. You definitely make sure you do what you got to do. If that's the path you're on, you do. What do you think X came back as? Oh my goodness. What do I think X came back as? If X incarnated, I looked at that kid, man. I look at that son of his, man. That Gakum looks just like him. I mean, that was wow. But I don't know. I don't know, man. I mean, X clearly was here a few times. Sometimes they say incarnations takes like 1,000 years sometimes. So I don't know if, in the physical form, I don't know if X is here in the physical, but in the spiritual, yeah, he's definitely here. There's no doubt about it. But what do I think? I'm not sure. I think we'd have to wait, because I think we'd have to wait to see that manifest or see that, that growth. But I definitely know his impact and his imprint is felt. It's felt worldwide. Tango, stop it. Let that Tango stop. Yeah, Bryce. So yeah, what do you think? His energy. Remember, energy just transfers. Energy never dies. And God, I mean, y'all know I rock with X heavy. I can't help it, because, like I said, it's where I was. And when you get answers and you finding answers and you're living your purpose and you find certain things and certain things resonate with you, then you rock with it. And X is something that rocks with me. And of course, his message is going to live forever. His message is going to live. His energy is going to live forever. His message is going to live. But X knew his purpose. He created his purpose. He created his goals. He knew what he came to do. He was here to wake people up. And that's what he did. X he's still waking people up. Even if he's not here in the physical, X is still waking people up. I try to fly low key. I mean, only way you can really know what I'm about is if you resonate. You resonate. And I agree. And I would tell anybody, I'm not for everybody, and everybody's not gonna rock with me. And I'm fine with that. I'm cool with that. But I'm gonna keep pushing, because I want people to wake up to who they are and rock with that and know that they're divinity. What would your message be to the people? Well, my message would be living your truth and, live the best life you can live and enjoy it. Enjoy it. I would definitely tell people to enjoy this holiday that we have here and live your best life and help others. Help others, because it's about helping people. It's about growing, helping. It's about making the world a better place for as long as we have it. Just make it a better place. That's what I would want people to do, Tango. I would want people to believe in themselves. Believe in themselves and know that the divinity in them is real, and that there's nothing wrong with them, and that they could achieve whatever it is that they want to achieve, long as they know what's really inside them. That's what I would hope, Tango. We need more independent thinkers. Like, well, I mean, I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate you, Bryce. Far too many religions and cults agree. What push ideas people need to wake up. Bryce, I mean, I can't say it any better than what you're saying. I agree. But would you change your past, or do you live without regrets? No, I mean, without my past, I wouldn't be who I am. You know, everything that I've encountered, everything that I've experienced made me the infinite creator who I am. Remember, you're creating all the time. So no, I have no regrets. There's no need. You know, and remember, you don't live in your past. You don't live in tomorrow. You live in the now. You know, and this is one thing that we all need to understand. That people think that, you know, an X will tell you it's your memories that hold you back, and it keeps you stuck, and it keeps you in the past. So you can't really live with regrets. The past is only, there you go. There you go. Facts. Price. Dope. That's, and you're spot on. You're spot on. I mean, and there's so many illusions, but when you come to the truth will set you free. You know, religion, whether it's religion, politics, cults, they just got people in a headlock. And it's hard to get out of headlock when it's been programmed into you from day one. You've been programmed since, you know, there you go. When you've been programmed from the beginning, it's hard to break loose of the bondage and the shackles. But if you really wanna, and you really have the desire, you could definitely be set free. There's no doubt about it, you know. But all I would tell anybody is to enjoy the ride, live your life with passion. Just live it with passion. Every day you get. Don't let your week get away from you. Don't let your day get away from you. Don't start your day until you plan it. Like, if you get up in the morning, make sure you have a plan. You know, when I say make your mind up, make your bed up, make your mind up in the morning, make sure you have your plan, so that day does not get away from you, and that your time don't get away from you. So when you get to plan your week, now you're not looking back at your week and say, well, that went by fast. What happened to my week? What happened to your week is you didn't plan your week. That's what happened. Well, what happened to your month? You didn't plan it. Wow. What happened to my year? That year just went by fast. You didn't plan it. So I know it's going to take work. I know it's going to take discipline. I know it's going to take commitment and dedication. I know this already. But you have to decide, in order for your life to be good, or in order for you to achieve the life that you want, you have to get your thinking in check. You have to create with your mind. What if someone wrote a Bible just like a metaphor, but with good intentions, and some dude believed it was real? Like, you guys know what the mind is. Whatever the mind believes in, it's real. It's real. You know that, Tango. You playing games because you already know this. You know, you already know that. You can convince yourself of anything. And your mind will accept it. Once you get the subconscious mind to accept it, forget it. So there's plenty of Bibles out here. How many versions of the Bible is it out here? How many versions? You know, there's the King James version, the New King James version, the NIV. There's all kinds of versions. You know, what version is the right version? You know, so I don't want to get, I don't even want to go in that lane. I'm just saying, you could write your own Bible, and that's fine. Somebody will come along and they'll pick it up, and they'll believe it. They'll definitely believe it. And I'm sure you would have some jewels in it. I'm sure you would have some nuggets, because I know you. I engage with you all the time, and you always got something thought provoking, or you've got something like that's pretty conscious that you put out there. So I know you put out some good stuff. You and Bryce. I mean, everybody who I rock with. I mean, you guys are just, phenomenal, phenomenal. And like I said, if somebody really don't resonate with me, I don't even take it. That's why I won't put like how many subscribers I have. It doesn't really. That's not really what's important. What's really important is that you keep on sharing, you keep on growing, you keep on giving, you keep on living. Remember, whatever you give, that's what you're gonna get. You know what I mean? If you throw a punch, you're gonna get a punch. If you give a smile, you'll get a smile. You get a smile. If you give them bands, you get those bands. Racks on racks on racks. If you give them racks, you'll get them racks. And you just gotta know your power. You are the power. You are the power. You can wear the trinkets. Hey man, it'll get there one day, Tango. I'm happy doing what I do. I enjoy it every day, man. Every time I go live or every time I put something in. I had to. You got that, Tango. You got that, but it's not about that. You know that, man. Yo, Tango, you crazy, man. But I love you, dude. You good people, man. You good people. And and it's all good. It's all good. Remember, we are the light. We are the light, and you can't be afraid. I know some people they'll be like, "Oh, this guy is whack," or "That guy is whack." You just got to do you. You just got to do you. People are gonna do what they're gonna do. They're gonna say what they're gonna say. But you just got to be your true self. Your true self. And sometimes when you find that, it might scare you. For some people, I know when I encountered my true self, I was like, "Whoa, my goodness! Like what?" Like, say what? Yeah, and like I said, when you know without a shadow of a doubt. Ishida, what's up? Yeah, we just chilling. We just chilling. Yeah, we just talking about some things. We're talking about, Tango was talking about the stacks and the racks. He's all about the paper. What's up, bro? Yeah, I know what's up with that. Young brats. Yeah, so I just wanted to come by and show some love, man. I definitely, like I said, hopefully share some value. We all come on. I'm gonna use a paper chaser. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool, but like I said, I think one of the biggest lessons and one of the biggest laws is like you give it and you'll get it. It's really not that big of a deal. When you focus on the right things, like one of the things I said, be the lender and not the borrower. When you become the lender, or let's say profits are better than wages. I'm going to say that again, since you guys got me in here clowning. Profits, meaning money that you earn or money that you make, making a profit. Like if you make a profit, that's better than earning a wage. All right? Because you could make a profit at anything. You could sell some stuff on eBay. You could sell some stuff on Amazon. And you can make a profit. But and you could, nobody can tell you how much you can make. You can keep on making it. Paper chaser. Or you could and you could earn a wage, which both are fine. They're both fine, but profit is better than wages. And I think that was something I learned from someone that helped me along my journey and along my path. So it all depends on what you want to focus on. Are you doing the things that you want to do? That's what's really important. You just don't want to climb that ladder and keep on climbing, only to find out that, and it happens a lot, only to find out that it's not what you thought it was going to be. I know there's people who you would think that they're very successful, only to find out that they're sad and they're lonely and they they don't think they didn't think it was going to be what it turned out to be, you know, because it's not fun to have, I don't want to say just a lot of money or fame or whatever and have nobody to share it with. Sound like you want to give Donald Trump a call. Of course, of course. But you know, you don't have to play that game. And when you realize that you don't have to play the game, then you start thinking of different ways on creating. You start thinking about different ways of on evolving. You know, and I think and X said this before. He doesn't even think people really get capitalism, or they don't even really understand what capitalism is. And when I heard that, that kind of like made me think. You know, I believe Milan asked me about communism. You know, and like I said, I don't know enough about it, but I just don't want the government bothering me. I just want to live my life. I'm like the people in New Hampshire, live free or die. I mean, I just want to live free. Everybody should be able to do what they need to do for themselves, and if you and help out who you could help out, or grow together as the human race, as a family, and treat people the way you want to be treated. It's really not that hard. It's really not that hard. I won't bother you if you don't bother me, but we have to respect each other. You know, we have to respect each other, and that's first. And I think when people stop respecting each other, or they don't even think about each other, then I think that's when the issues start happening. Being positive all the time is so bad. Okay, Tango, you're not thinking straight, and life is about balance. Well, okay, think about the good and the bad. Well, of course, we have to. There is duality in everything. There has to be balance, of course. But me personally, I would rather be positive than negative. I'd rather, like I said, I'd rather be smiling and happy. And I get it. I'm not. Trust me. You don't. The other side. You don't. We don't want to go there. But when you know that your duality and you know your nature, then I agree. I agree totally. Yeah, it's definitely getting out of hand. But what's the solution? What's the solution? I mean, you kids aren't going outside. It's been almost a year on lockdown for a lot of let's say kids and a lot of people, and they don't know where to turn. They don't know where to turn. So I mean, what do you do with it? You've got a vaccine. You got people who want it, and you got people who don't want it. Who has the answers? What I say is, and I think they should have did this from the beginning, was they probably should have just let it wreak havoc and figured it out as we went along. I'm fine where I live. Okay. Yeah. You can. I get it. We could all we could do is take it. Agree. Ishida. We all could just take it ourselves, and everybody, you know, and I don't want to say hope for the best, but do your best and make sure you're taking care of yourself. Make sure you're make sure you're doing a little of that. You know what I'm saying? That's tough. You know what I'm saying? make sure you eating right. Make sure you exercising and you doing what you got to do to take care of yourself. That's all you can do. This too shall pass. It won't last forever, you know. And just stay positive. Just stay positive. And of course, we all know that there has to be balance. There all has to be balance. And I believe that I always say to people that nature Tango, facts. And it is I believe it is a cleansing process. I believe nature's doing what it's set out to do. Wherever this they call it a disease, but I don't know how you call this a disease when clearly it's a virus. You know, I don't get that. So when they call it a disease, I really don't pay any attention, and I try not to like tune in too much. And I don't know where they get their numbers from. And the more people that get tested, I just think we could, in the United States, I think we could have got out ahead of this thing before it got to this level here that we're looking at right now. And we're in the middle of it. But by that standard and by the token, especially when we're supposed to have all this money and this technology and all these companies here. I mean, we're shipping the vaccine out to Europe now, and matter of fact, they've been giving it out already. It was manufactured in a lab by you know, you got to send me some documentation on that. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you those aren't my opinions and my views, but I want to see some documentation. I would definitely like to see Bryce. I would definitely like to see that. But I've kind of sensed that too. I kind of sensed that was a boomerang to really throw things off. But remember, the ingenuity of send it to me, Ishida. I want to check some stuff out. I want to read about that. But I definitely, you guys got to remember the ingenuity of the American people. Yeah, well, Ishida said, they have they've got some information, so I want to see it. But for me, it's the American people. I mean, the ingenuity, the minds that we have here, and what we are capable of. That I just don't think we should have been behind the 8 ball like that. You're probably right. You're probably right, Tango. Yeah, that's fine. That's cool. I'll definitely check that. I appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, of course, war's been going on forever. Remember, when wars are fought, money's made. I mean, come on, people don't realize that the United States have been in Vietnam for freaking God knows how long. I'm just saying we've been in Iraq. I'm just saying I don't know why I'm going in this lane. I'm gonna try to stay out of this lane, but it's been going on, and there's a lot of money that's made. So when the warfare becomes biochemical or biochemical or chemical warfare, then we're talking a different level. We're talking a different level of things, and I think that's what happened here. I think it's biochemical warfare, but I know people don't want to talk about it too much, but yeah, I think it's here, and you can't run from it. You can't hide from it. It is what it is. All you can do is take care of yourself. Well, yeah, probably. We just gotta keep on pushing forward, and like I said, what goes up must come down. I don't care. And I'm not saying it's the end, and I'm not trying to be a pessimist or anything like that. But every come on, man, and you can't be at the top of the mountain always. You can't stay at the top of the mountain. Health is wealth. That's why I say take care of yourself, and and treat people the way you want to be treated. And when you look at some of the things that I don't want to go here. Just look around you, and when you question some of the things that's happened in history and some of the things this country doesn't want to take responsibility for, then you wonder why certain things happen. You just wonder, like, why are these things happening? But all we could do is you and me, we were built for a time such as this. We were created for a time such as this. So know within yourself that you're built for this. You're strong. You're courageous. There's nothing to fear. And we're gonna face it. We're gonna face it. We haven't backed down yet. Every day we show up and we keep on doing what it is that we do. I mean, I know it's taking a toll, but we can't let it take a toll on our mental. We can't let it take a toll on our physical. You got to keep on exercising. You got to keep on eating right. You got to keep on working out. You have to. And I know sometimes it may feel like there's no end in sight. I know it feels that way sometimes, but I'm here to tell you that there's light at the end of the tunnel. There's definitely light at the end of the tunnel. We are definitely in a different world than 2019. We're definitely in a different world than we were in 2018. But like I said earlier, all we have is now. We don't have the past. We don't have the future. We don't live in the future. We live in now. We live in the moment. And when we learn to embrace the moment, just the little things in life, the little things, your family, your loved ones, your friends, be happy with what you have, or grow and continue to share and do your best. That's all required of us, is to do our best, because in the end, who knows? I can't tell you. Nobody knows what's gonna happen tomorrow. Nobody knows. But you could stay focused on what it is that you have in mind for you to do. All right, guys. I am not going. I've been on them for a minute now, but Ishida, make sure you send me that paperwork when you get a second. I'm in no rush, but whenever you get a second. Yeah, Ishida, I was showing them some books too. I was showing them what I was checking out. You might check it out if you look at the vid again. But yeah, these are some great reads that I'm reading right now. Great, great. I don't know who. I know you like to check the stuff out. So if you get a second, I mean, it was pretty in it. But these are two ones I've been reading these for the last week, and I can't get out of them. I like Alan Watts too. Anybody ever heard of Alan Watts? I mean, he was a philosopher and a half. But yeah, these are two books that they jumped out at me, and when I started reading it, it started looking like it started looking like the same shit that I was always reading. There you go. You got to be before you sleep. When you get up, you got to be thankful. But when I started reading these books, it wasn't no spooky Illuminati. It was like, it was like it's not even what you think. It's not even what you think. I mean, I question it. I really question it. I question the material that they're putting out because this ain't no Illuminati stuff. Well, what would be Illuminati? What would be Illuminati? What would be Illuminati? I think this was the first one I held up. What would be Illuminati? What's up, Sam? People, and I think that's what happens with us. We've been taking so much things that people tell us. So when we hear Illuminati or people talk about Illuminati and things like that, we come up with something spooky, Bryce, and that's all to keep you away from the information. So if they can keep you away from the information and the knowledge, then shit, they mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. Now you're looking in places for information that you're not gonna find it, bro. But if I read this book, I'll be able to. No problem, Ishida. Yo, Tango. Tango, I bet you. I don't know. See, but this is what happens a lot of times, guys. This is what happens. They put the information out there, and they know that people won't even use it. They know that people won't even read it, so they don't care. So they throw it in your face. Say, check it out. What's up? they throw it in your face, and they're like, you guys aren't gonna read it. So they don't care. So they don't care. So the information is there. Remember, we're in the golden age that men dream about. They used to dream about this age. You're in the information age. You're in the information age. And when you got the information, you got to use it. You got to use it. But in order to get the information, you got to find it. You got to know where to look. You got to know where to look. And when you find information, trust me, it's going to lead you to somewhere else. But you got to apply what you're learning. You got to apply in the fastest way. Oh, all day. Tango is my dude. But what it all boils down to is when you find it, you're just gonna keep on growing. But I'm telling you guys, I've read these, not all of this. I haven't read all of it yet, but this is some good stuff, man. It's real good stuff. It's nothing. It talks about balance. I can care what they do. They can't do nothing. Ain't no chipping here. Well, if Jeff Bezos and Amazon is the Illuminati, then they need to go get him. If that's the case. So I mean, whatever ideas they get you with their little ideas, and they spook you out, and then you like, oh, I'm not reading that, or I'm not touching that, or this is the devil, not knowing what it is already. Then you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get it. But when you, like I said, there's nothing to fear. Once you get it, game is over. The mind is all. The mind is all. There's nothing outside the mind. But I'm not going there again. I'm not going to do that. But like when you know, then when fear is taken out of the equation, who cares? Who cares? You know, they can touch the body, but they can't touch the spirit, the mind. I mean, look at the impact this guy had. Look at the impact. You know, the impact, and it still grows every day. Every day. So I mean, just whatever your purpose is, you make sure you live in your purpose. Oh man. You know? There you go. But you know, I'm glad that you guys rocking. You know, I'm glad you guys showed up. I appreciate you guys. Y'all know that. I salute the divinity in y'all. I definitely respect the divinity in y'all. I gotta salute the divinity. I hope everybody's doing good. I hope all of y'all are doing good. Yeah, I'm just feeling good right now. I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes. I'm gonna give it like 5 more minutes, and then I'm gonna get out of here. Yo, what's up? When you have time, I recommend you check it out. Boy, I like see what I'm saying? All you guys, like the funny thing is when I check out this channel, man, when I check out this channel, you guys are all into what I'm into. Like I like looking at Daylight. He's got a new freestyle out. Is it on YouTube? Oh man, you guys, man. Gazer. Oh man. All right, man, Bryce. Take him. Oh yeah. So let me know, man. Send it to me. Send it to me. Either email me or check send it to me in the live or whatever, or put it on the comments or whatever you want to do. But I want to see it. I mess with Daylight. I like Daylight. You know. Gazer, get yeah, I wanna check that out. I want to check that out. My man, Spiritual Soul in the building. That's tough. Yeah, man. So yeah, I definitely want to check. I check. I like Daylight a lot. I think Daylight is he'd be on point. He like to play around too much too. You ever seen his brother Bradley? Yeah, put it in the comments. I appreciate it, Sam. I like what he threw his brother Bradley. Yeah. I appreciate you, Tango, man. You know, definitely. I rock with you heavy, bro. I rock with you. You know that. All you guys, man. I definitely appreciate you guys. I respect you guys. I salute you guys. You know, because not everybody wants to. And I know, Tango, you was asking me, you know, and I was surprised you asked me that about waking up or, you know, my journey. But I try to play low key sometimes. Who's in the crystals, man? Somebody's in the crystals. What are you guys into? Tell me what y'all into. Y'all got 3 minutes to tell me what y'all into. What do you got? What do you got, Sam? What do you got for a crystal? What do you got? You keep any? I already know everything you guys into. I'm into. So what you got, Ishida? Yeah, of course. You got the blue stuff. What you got? This you got lapis. You got lapis, or you got some of the blue stuff. I used to rock with some amethyst. I got some amethyst. I got some citrine. You know, it all depends. You know, it all depends. I got some carnelian. Got some jasper. It all depends. Like I said, if I'm drawn to something, then fine. I'm drawn to it. Yeah, I got this lady around the corner from where I live. She says she's a witch, but she's a right. I let her. I go and I check her out. She's real cool. Her name is Stacy. She's got a shop, and there's another place I go to, maybe about 3 miles from my house. And like I said, I just, you know, if I resonate with something, I want some rose quartz. I want some of that. But if I resonate with something, I need it. I gotta get it. It's not something that I always like have. Like I wear, like I got some carnelian. I got some of that, you know. But clear quartz, I got some quartz too. I got some smoky quartz. Yeah, but you know, I've got somebody local. I've been trying to find something. I want a big piece of either rose quartz or Yo, Stacy can't see me, family. Yeah, Stacy gonna do something. No, Stacy's all right. She's cool. You got a Buddha statue in your room? All right, I'm gonna check that out too. I mean, I've seen those around. I've seen the Buddhas around, but right? Come on. Oh man, no, she's cool. She's cool. She's all right. So far, so good. So far, so good. I mean, every time I go in there and talk to her, she's laughing and joking as I'm spending my money. Yeah, so it all depends. It all depends. But like I said, I rock with the crystals. I mean, who want to elaborate on some of that for me real quick? Because I mean, how I got into it was just, I wouldn't even say it was wild. It was just something that I resonate with. It was just something that it speaks to me, man. It's like, okay, what's up? What do you think about this? And I got to check it up, man. So I want to get some more. I want a big piece from my office. I want to get a bigger piece, either rose quartz, or I want to get some smoky quartz or something like that. It's just something that's gonna bring a nice vibe here, not a nice little vibe, so I can get in my zone. But I got my lapis, and I keep my citrine with me all the time too. Pyrite, I like pyrite. I don't know if you guys are there. Thoughts on Bob Marley? What about Bob Marley? I mean, what do you want me to tell you? You guys, man, y'all, listen, man, y'all playing games with me. She's Yo, Tango, serious? Tango, she didn't recommend me anything, man. She's suspect, huh? She's suspect. Yeah, man. But Sam, yeah, I love Bob, man. Bob was one on my early journey. I got into Bob. And everybody knows, man. There's a time and a place for everything. I still rock with Bob. I mean, because I'm always teaching my kids, so I want them to know who Bob is and the importance of Bob Marley. I mean, one love. I don't want to wait in vain for your love. All that. I mean, Bob is like, I mean, what do you want? But that ex-dad named him after but Ja lives. I mean, dope. That's fire, man. That's fire. I could now that you mention it, now that makes sense. Ja lives. God lives. So there you go. Yeah. Yeah. All right. No women, no cry. That's oh my goodness, man. You guys, let me tell you. Bob Marley, if you don't mess with Bob Marley, man, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, man. If you ain't messing with P&B or you ain't messing with Boogie, I'm gonna come to New York. Y'all already know what it is, man. If you ain't messing with P&B Rock and you ain't messing with A Boogie, y'all already know what it is. But yeah, Bob Marley, I listen to Bob Marley. Matter of fact, I got something else that it was a gift. I usually keep it. I know I got it around somewhere, but it's probably upstairs. And it's a whole box set that a friend of mine got me when I was in school. Joey Badass. What about him? I check out Joey. I like Joey. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Joey and Capital Steez. Joey go hard, no doubt about it. But he talks about, I want to check out the video. I saw a video that he was talking about spirituality. So I want to check that out. But as music, yeah, I definitely check out what he did with X. I'm gonna probably check out more his music, Capital Steez too. But yeah, man, these guys are making their imprint. Well, Steez, I know he transformed or made a transformation. But yeah. You gotta love your purpose. Y'all gotta go hard. Do your music, whatever it is that you're doing. Write your books. Do whatever it is that you do. Do whatever it is you do. Free the robots, but okay, all right. I'm gonna definitely check that out. I'm gonna get into that. Matter of fact, I'm taking notes. Y'all got me taking notes. Y'all got me. No, I didn't hear that yet. I didn't hear that. I'm gonna write it down so when I get off of here, I'm gonna check it out. Then, you know, y'all know I'm not playing around. I gotta do my homework. What's up, Jasper? Peace. I appreciate you, family. I appreciate you, man. Kings, what's the freestyle? The freestyle is King's Den freestyle. All right. Joey, I got you. I'm gonna check that out. Freestyle. Kid Cudi, oh my goodness. He dropped the brand new one. How was it? Just 3 hours. You don't have it yet. Yeah, put it in the comments, Sam. Definitely. 2:30 in Belgium. You sus, Tangle. Tangle, 2:30 in the morning. You better carry your ass to bed. Jasper, yeah, tell Tango to tuck. Somebody need to tuck Tango in, man. He want to burn the witch. Yo, oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I'm gonna, Sam, definitely put that stuff in site. My boss can't wait. Tango, I'm your OG brother, no doubt, man. Yeah, it's fun because, like I said, even the last time when I was on, you guys, I'm like, man, these guys, they know me. They're in everything I'm into. Yeah, and it's refreshing. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's refreshing when you hear people, or you talk with people, or you communicate with people, and they're into what you're into, or they can understand what it is. I'm in Massachusetts. I'm outside of Boston, but yeah, it's cool when you can rock with people, man, and they're So when you can rock with people, and they're on the same frequency, or they're on the same vibration, then it's like, man, it's great. It's great. It's great because we're not alone, and you're never alone. You're never alone. Canada, there we go. 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 Yeah, my brother used to live in Charlotte. Yeah. There we go. That's right. Facts. And we keep creating and we keep evolving. We keep creating and we keep evolving. And they ain't going to be able to stop us. And they ain't going to be able to see us because we're going to keep growing. And we too big, man. We too big. I love it, Ashita. Yeah, I'm gonna write that down right now. There you go. That's how you create. That's how you create. World renowned, infinite creators. Oh man, I love you guys, man. Oh man, I enjoy this. I enjoy it. Oh, Terry Crews. Oh my goodness, don't get me going on Terry Crews. Not Terry Crews, the actor, Sam. That's what you're talking about? Yeah, Sam, stop. Stop it. You guys are too much, man. Yo, no. Terry Crews. Oh, man. Anyways, I'm not going to. You guys are awesome, man. I like rocking with you guys. I didn't mean to stay on this long. Hopefully I won't take forever to come back next week. Hopefully I'll come on a little earlier, probably, so we can chop it up. Man, if y'all want to chop it up, anybody who want to jump on the live with me, man, let me know. We can talk, man. We can talk, or we can do whatever. I'm all about sharing, man. We can share the platform. Whatever I can do to help you, I'm going to help you. That's what it's about, man. That's what it's about. Whatever new information I get, I want to share. I want you guys to feel the same way. Close it up with it. All right, Tango. I know you got to go to bed. I love you guys, man. I respect the divinity in you. Remember, we don't care about the haters. We don't care about the haters. Jesus. That's tough. You know what I'm saying? All right, family. Until the next time, guys. I respect the divinity. I salute the divinity. Get some rest, guys. Peace, peace. That's tough. Jesus. Definitely hook me up, man. Hook me up. Put it in the comments. All right, guys. Take care. Thanks for rocking with me. Peace.